Boom, we're broadcasting. And I'm going to start. Hello, welcome to the Couch Lords. And we are back after a few months hiatus.
Pretty much entire summer.
If we're sounding a little strange, it's because we are no longer in the same location. Marcus is in LA, I'm in Oakland, and Alex Monroe, even though she's not that far away from me, we're just too lazy to drive to meet each other. She's in San Mateo, right? Or no, San Carlos.
Yeah.
San Carlos. So if we sound a little funny, we are on Google Hangouts, trying to get the best, trying to come back with this podcast and, fill you in on what's going on. And since we're in the fall season, we got a lot of new shows to talk about.
Google Hangouts, I'm giving it a C plus right now.
I can't hear you,
I
Marcus.
can't hear you at all.
Can you hear me?
Nope.
What about now?
Better.
Uh,
Better. So yeah, we might have a little bit of issues with audio, but hopefully it's okay. So
Touch and go.
why don't we get started with we'll get started with some of the newer shows that just premiered. Marcus, you were watching Carmichael.
Yes, the Carmichael Show.
The
First,
Carmichael Show.
I'd like to say that it's amazing to be back. Good to see your all's faces yet again.
aw.
All right, getting that out of the way. Yeah, I watched the Carmichael Show on NBC, I think is what it was on, and they're like 6 episodes in, so like they debuted almost a month ago. Very interesting show. You know, it's a all-black cast. It's got Loretta Devine and David Allen Greer and a bunch of new faces on there. It's an interesting show. Just quickly for notes, I put down that what I did was that for all of the shows, I wrote notes about pros and cons, the things I liked about the show and the things that I didn't like about each show.
Nice. It's very organized of you.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. And then I gave the show a letter grade, and so I'll do my letter grade at the end. But just really quickly, because did either of you watch the Carmichael Show?
No.
I never heard of it.
Oh, well, then there's that. Okay, fair enough.
Sorry.
It has good messages. You know, they cover a lot of interesting topics like transgender identification and religion and Black Lives Matter and family and stuff like that. So I thought that was very interesting.
Is it a narrative show or like a talk show?
No, it's just a regular show. This is the thing, and I'll get to that in my cons, because it's a con for me, how the show is formatted. The show does get funnier the more episodes that you get in. Like, the first couple of episodes seem really cheesy, but then when they start getting into good issues like religion, and there's one about this kid who's a transgender kid, that was a really good episode too.
Mm-hmm.
The script and the writing also get a little bit better. It starts off a little cheesy too. But obviously, the main reason why you watch the show is because you're a fan of Loretta Devine or David Allen Greer, because they're extremely huge, and you know David Allen Greer is a huge comedian and all of his track record, and Loretta Devine is just the same. As far as my cons go, though, the show seems outdated. You remember like the shows like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Family Matters and stuff like that?
Yeah.
The show was done like that.
Was it like written that way? Do you think like the dialogue or whatever was written that way?
Well, not even that. It's just at the beginning of every show, it has one of the cast members saying, "This show is filmed in front of a live studio audience." And then it goes to the show, and like, you know, it's that same type of feel. And I'm not sure I like the live studio audience. You know, I have become more of a fan of just take the laugh track or the audience out of it, and if it's funny, you'll laugh at it.
Old school now, huh?
Yeah, so it's a really old school feel for the show, and I'm not quite sure I like that. And then the acting isn't the greatest. You know, like the other cast members, you know, Loretta Devine and David Allen Greer, you know, they're really carrying this show, but the acting seems a little stretched. So just for my taste, hell, I'm not an actor, so I can't really speak on it that much, but just from an audience member or a viewer, it doesn't seem very believable, or it seems like it's scripted, like it's staged, like it's not you're looking into somebody's house and looking into their lives. It seems and feels like a TV show. You know, it's sort of like you're trying too hard. Other than that, I gave the show actually. Now I'm changing my letter grade. Now that I think about it, I gave the show a B minus, but now I'm going to give it a C plus. So
Okay.
yeah. So Honestly, I don't think the show is going to last. It'll probably get canceled, and it's sad because I feel like the show has potential, but I don't think enough people will be interested in it. And plus, I mean, just hell, Monroe, you didn't even know the show was on. And Manas, I don't know if you did either. So
no, I've never heard of it either, actually.
So I feel like they had like a soft opening or a soft debut, and like I'm not quite sure the show was going to last.
Yeah.
So that's my thing.
So when does it air? What station?
Hell, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's on like Monday nights on NBC. I don't know the time.
It's an NBC show, really?
Say what?
It's an NBC show?
I think so, yeah.
Where did you watch it, on Hulu?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was like 6 episodes in, so that's why I was just like, okay, well, let me binge watch this real quick. And I watched 5 of the 6 episodes, and then I was like, okay, that's enough.
Oh, it might have been a summer show, it sounds like a summer premiere.
Well, I mean, it's September, so I feel like it debuted at the beginning of August.
For 5 episodes? 1 episode per week?
It's 6 episodes.
Oh, yeah. That makes it, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so C+ on Carmichael.
C+.
Okay.
That's my thing. As far as a recommendation, I would say if you're into or you miss the old school stylings of like the Martin Lawrence show or the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or Family Matters or Full House, I would definitely say give the show a shot. But if you're not into that anymore or you don't think it'll be worth it, then I would definitely say pass.
Okay.
So that's it.
Damn.
Moving on.
Just kidding.
What's next?
Next on the list is Minority Report. Who watched that?
I did.
You guys both did. Okay, I haven't seen it yet, but you go ahead with the spoilers or whatever, because I have no expectations about this show.
Oh yeah, let's also mention really quickly in this podcast that there will be spoilers.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
that's something that we used to mention all the time. We forgot to mention it this time, but yeah, there's going to be a lot of spoilers for some shows that we're watching. We're trying to do the best we can, but honestly, we review shows, we want to recap them a little bit, so that's what we're going to do. Sorry, guys.
Monroe, you go first.
I don't remember the movie Minority Report so much. So I don't know.
The movie was amazing.
The movie was good.
I remember liking it, but I saw it a long time ago, so I don't know how true it is to that, like with the oracles or the whatever. But I did not think I was going to like it, and I actually really liked it. Some of the graphics, like the CG, was like really unnecessary and kind of stupid. And then it's like only cool if you see it once, and then it's just like they're going to have to keep coming up with something else. But it was good. Megan Good is hot. And I like the guy in it too. He's hot. And
what's his name?
I don't know.
Dash.
The actor.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Wilder Valderrama's in it.
Yeah. And
His
so is
acting
Nick Zano.
How is he in the show?
Terrible.
Is
His
he?
acting sucks.
Oh man.
I don't know what happened.
That's probably anything. This is like the first big show he's been in a while, right?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Show.
Since what was it? The MTV show he was on?
MTV was it an MTV show?
Yeah.
It was Punk'd.
No, it wasn't Punk'd.
Yeah, he was on Punk'd.
That was Ashton Kutcher.
I know, but Wilmer helped with that too, I think.
No, he did the jokes one, like the Yo Mama.
Oh,
Ashman.
yeah, I remember that. That show was terrible too.
Yeah. But it was a good show.
Stark Sands, who plays Dash, Megan Good as Laura Vega, Nick Zano as Arthur, Laura Reagan as Agatha, and Wilmer Valderrama, Will Blake, and Lee Jun Lee as Aquila, and then it just goes on.
Yeah. I thought it was good. I'm gonna watch it again. I hope it'll get good ratings because it looks really expensive to make. And that'll probably be like the first show that they'll get rid of if it doesn't do as well as they thought, I think. But I liked it. I give it like a solid B+.
For mine, mine are some of the same things. I thought some of the graphics were really cool. And then I thought because it is Minority Report. And if you've seen the movie, like it's supposed to be super futuristic. But then as soon as I thought of that, I was like, what kind of TV budget do they have? because they're like the graphics got a little out of control. It was like, okay, this is a little unnecessary. You should have maybe saved some of that graphic money and put it into like something else. You know, the graphics did get a little unnecessary.
Well, it could be one of those shows that Fox is just pumping a lot of money into because
maybe they are. I'm sure they are.
I feel like they don't need that big of a hit. They got some other shows going on. Scream Queens, is that on NBC or is that on that's on Fox, right? Okay, so there's high hopes for that one. They also already have they got Empire. Yeah. Empire's a big show.
But what they're trying to do is do a lot of different genres, you know. So Empire is the drama, Scream Queens is the horror, but they need a futuristic action.
Because they already got the comic book ones with Gotham, and that's doing well.
Right. So I think, but besides the graphics, I thought that there was good development of the characters. I like how Megan Good's character is getting developed and Dash's character when you get into the precogs and stuff like that and what happened to them. I'm glad that they sort of did it a little bit up front so that you kind of got that feel for their backstory before you got invested into the show. I'm not too sure about the movie or what happened at the end of the movie and how it relates to the TV show, or if this is a standalone, or if this is a continuation from the movie into the TV show. The cons, though, I thought that the storyline might be a little predictable. I'm not quite sure where it's headed or what exactly is going on. Without giving too many spoilers, you know, obviously, you know, Megan Good's character and the guy who plays Dash, they're going to team up and become a ragtag duo who's going to go around solving crimes and stuff like that. I mean, that's pretty much the premise. You know, obviously there will be some alternate storylines in there, but that's pretty much the premise of the show.
Yeah.
So I'm reading the trivia behind it. Daniel London reprised his role as Wally the Caretaker from the original 2002 movie.
Okay.
And this does have to do with the original movie because it's set 10 years after the events of Minority.
Okay. So I figured that because the way that it takes place, the precog program disappears, and then now they're resurfacing again. Don't you get that, Monroe?
Monroe.
Did we lose her? Hello.
Yeah.
Say what?
I couldn't hear any of that.
Oh, I was saying that. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I was saying that. Don't you get the feel that obviously, Manas was saying that the TV show takes place 10 years after the movie, and I kind of get that feel, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so. I think the way the show is going to develop, it's just going to be like a futuristic, like crime, like show.
Yeah.
Like each episode's going to have its own, like killer that they need to find or something.
So with the original movie, I really enjoyed it because it was a different take on film noir because it was a noir, detective style movie, but it took place in the future. There was nothing that was really done like that before. So did you guys get that it was kind of like a noir show?
Yeah.
Did it kind of feel that way?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right.
Really quickly, my other cons. You'll laugh at some of these because I wrote down some really weird ones. My cons were obviously the storyline is a little predictable. I thought the actors' chemistry was not really that there either.
Really? Oh, I like them.
I need them to. I like Megan Good's character. Her name is Dia, I think.
Laura.
Or something like that.
Megan Good is Laura.
Laura. Okay, yeah. What's her last name?
Laura Vega.
Yeah, Vega. They call her Vega on the show.
Okay.
So Vega and Dash's chemistry gets better, but like the secondary characters' chemistry, like with the main cast, to me it's terrible right now. It's like I need a little more. They're a little dry, and so that was a con for me. Also, they had an Iggy Azalea reference in there. I was so over. So over it. They were playing an Iggy Azalea song.
Okay. So side note, I was reading reviews about Janet Jackson's new. Her new songs, her new album coming up, and I'm reading all the ratings, and it's all her fans, and it's all 5-star, 5-star, 5-star. This is on iTunes, and then somebody gave it like 1 star, and she said, and they were saying, this rip-off artist is ripping off the queen of hip hop, Iggy Azalea. I was like, what?
Get out of here!
I'm so done about hearing about Iggy. It's like, no.
Monroe, did you catch it?
We can't hear. What'd you say? Hold on, you froze. Hey, are you near your Wi-Fi connection or your modem?
You
Hello.
lost Marcus.
No, I'm right here.
No,
There.
Marcus is fine. It's you that your video's choppy.
Mine is?
Yeah,
Now it's better.
yeah, it came back.
Oh, Marcus was frozen like this.
Oh no, I was just sitting there. Sorry. I was being still.
Oh, okay. No, I'm here. Hi, yeah, I'm good.
Did you catch the Iggy Azalea reference?
Yeah, they mentioned her as a classic. Yeah, my dad loved the classic. No.
Oh, terrible.
And it's
Um,
Jennifer Hudson. You could have at least said Jennifer Hudson.
right.
Classic.
Overall, what did you give this show?
B plus.
I'm gonna give it a B plus too. Yeah.
Just like assuming, because all the pilots for the new shows now is like this is like the worst episode they're ever gonna do.
I would hope so.
Keep that in mind.
Hell.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to our next show, Blind Spot, which I have not heard of either.
Did you watch it, Monroe?
I hated it.
You hated it?
I hated it.
I kind of liked it.
She was getting
first
on
of all,
my
wait a minute. Okay, so
nerves.
what's the show? What is the show? Tell me about the show.
Okay. So the show is about this woman, lady. They call her Jane Doe because they don't know her name. Somebody drops a bag off in Times Square and she pops out of it and she doesn't remember anything. It's kind of like Jason Bourne-ish a little bit.
Okay.
Memory about where she's from or what she did, but she has all of these tattoos all over her body. And so, they take her in, they try to, find all this stuff about her, and she's clueless. She had her memory wiped apparently, and so they start trying to, scan all of her tattoos and find out that they're clues to like incidents or, actions that could be prevented or murders that could be prevented or mass. Yeah, so it really reminds me of like I don't know if anybody's seen this, but there's a movie called A Long Kiss Goodnight with Gina Davis and Samuel L. Jackson. It really reminds me of that because in that movie she lost her memory and out of nowhere she has these insane fighting skills and is a co-op operative and all of this, and that's pretty much what this is. She finds out that she can fight and beats up these guys, and then she finds out she can speak Chinese, and then she finds out that.
Monroe, why are you laughing? Are you laughing at my concentration?
The premise is, when you think about it, the premise of the show has been done before, in movie form, and so that's not new. But I thought that there was a good storyline starting off.
I don't know why she's laughing.
Why are you laughing?
It's like freezing, and I like hear just a fraction of a word over and over again.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear your internet connection, like where your modem is, or Wi-Fi connection?
Who, me?
No, Monroe.
Oh.
I am close to it.
Okay.
I'll just be really short because I know we want to keep moving. I just thought the pros was I thought that it's a good concept because I like that concept. Obviously, it does start off fast and get moving. It doesn't drag for the first 30 minutes and then get good. It does kind of start off good. I think the cast looks good together. I think they have chemistry. I think they kind of act a little bit better together and stuff. And it's a good action story. My cons though is that the main guy in the role, his name is Weller. I feel like he has a hero complex. I don't really like him a lot. He's always like, no, you stay in the car. I'll go handle this. And it's like, no, she's a fucking killer assassin. Like, let her out of the car and go do what she needs to do. That bugged me. I don't like the fact that, they try to make her helpless. I need her to get a little bit more strength and more heroism about her. I want to see more of the other agents in the show. I feel like that they had like one or two lines each, and that was it. And I'm like, okay, I want to know more. And then I think that it's also a possible predictable storyline in that too. Also, fun note, after I finished watching it on Hulu, apparently there was a Blind Spot movie in 2008.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know what it was about. Obviously, I'm assuming it's kind of the same concept, but there was a movie in 2008 called Blind Spot. So I didn't know what that was about. But Monroe, what do you think?
I thought it was terrible. Like, I don't. Jamie Alexander is a good actress, but the role she's in is like the worst. She is so whiny and so helpless and so annoying, and I'm sort of just sick of the whole like memory loss bullshit. Either I need her to woman up and get really be a strong character, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or just like shut your mouth a little bit. And then the main guy with the hero complex, I hate him. I think he is really annoying and frustrating, and it's like just go away. And then she's gonna run out of tattoos, and then what? And if you get a cover up, I don't think it's possible to see what's underneath the tattoo now. I don't.
I don't think so
that
either. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that too because they did that and found that she had like a Navy SEAL tattoo under that big block. Yeah, I'm not sure either because wouldn't the ink just blend in with the rest of it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't. It just that pissed me off. But I like the ensemble cast. They were good, but not. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it again. I gave it like a D. She bothered.
Wait, okay. You gave it what?
Sorry, go ahead.
I give it a D.
I gave it a B. So, okay, interesting.
Your disagreement. Okay, so Blind Spot stars Sullivan Stapleton as Kurt Weller, Jamie Alexander as Jane Doe, Rob Brown as Ramirez or Edgar. It looks like he has an alter. I don't know.
He's probably like the main.
Tasha Zapata, and it just goes on from there. Blind Spot is on NBC on Mondays at 10 p.m.
I will say, just a final note, I think Jamie Alexander will do well in an action star role, though. I feel like she can pull it off.
What has she been in?
Well, she's been in Thor.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
One of the Norse gods in Thor. So I think she can really pull off an action star role. She just needs to be given the right material.
Bless you.
Yeah. So.
I have the phlegm.
That's all I had.
All right. So next, I think we all watched this one, Scream Queens.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, I'm gonna say that.
Why don't you start and explain the show and everything?
Okay.
And your opinion.
So Scream Queens is a new horror comedy from the creator of Glee and American Horror Story. His name
Ryan Murphy.
Ryan Murphy. Right. Ryan Murphy. So.
No, Ryan Murphy with an R.
Yeah, right. Ryan Murphy. And it stars Emma Roberts, Skylar Samuels, Lea Michele, as we remember from Rachel from Glee, Glenn Powell, Diego Boneta, a lot of stars.
Palmer.
Abigail Breslin. Breslin? Is that how you say it? Yeah, we saw Ariana Grande, and with Nick Jonas and Jamie Lee Curtis. So Niecy Nash. I mean, there's a lot of
characters.
A lot of characters. The season premiere was 2 hours long. It felt like I was watching the movie.
Right.
It was taking forever. I think I was cooking when I was watching it because it was taking a long time. It's okay.
Else while watching.
Yeah. So, and it's about basically that somebody's offing as in killing, these sorority sisters, and Jamie Lee Curtis plays the dean, and she's trying to get rid of the sorority. There's one girl who's like the quote-unquote nice girl who's trying to join the sorority of all these pretty white girls called what are they called? The Chanels? Chanel number 1, Chanel number 2, Chanel number 3. And the lead Chanel is Emma Roberts, and she's just a all-around bitch, of course.
She plays bitch well.
Yeah, she plays a bitch well. So, which I think she would be considered the main star of the show.
Or maybe the main a main co-star. I think there's a couple.
Yeah, main co-star or whatever. So because it's at least that's based off the first episode.
Right.
So I mean, it's okay. It's it's kind of it's a fun, edgy, horror type show. I was hoping it was going to be a little bit more, or I don't know, a little more slashery, I guess, because it got kind of, just flat out silly, like the whole scene between, Ariana Grande, and spoiler alert, yeah, she does get murdered in the first episode.
I thought that scene was funny.
Ariana Grande and the guy in the devil mask, and without talking, he's like texting her, and he's like, "I'm gonna kill you now" through text, and she's like, "Wait."
Wait, what?
And then she kicks him or knocks him out or something, and then she gets on Facebook. She's like trying to do this post. Help! Somebody is trying to kill me.
She's trying to tweet about it.
She's trying to tweet about it or something. It's like your phone is in your hand, and I get it. That's supposed to be fun. You know, it was kind of funny. It was
all satire.
I just don't know. I don't quite get where the story is going right now. There was kind of a lot of stuff happening. Emma Roberts accidentally kills their maid, and by putting her face through in hot oil, like hot deep fried oil. And Niecy Nash didn't get killed, but her friend got killed, right?
Yeah.
Niecy Nash is hilarious.
That's my favorite part of the show.
She was mine too.
In the car, her friend's dead with a knife through her throat, and then she drives screaming. She stops and kicks our friend's dead body out the car and keeps driving.
I like the part where they were in the stairwell. She said, I heard screaming. And she was like, the killer was upstairs. And then Abigail Breslin's character was like, well, let's go through and find her. She was like, what? No.
And all of them are going out there to go confront the killer. And she's like, you what?
I'm going to stay down here and guard the door.
Oh, God. Monroe, what did you think?
I liked it. I think the writing was kind of clunky, but I benefit of the doubt with the pilot thing. So, I mean, it was kind of clunky. Like, none of the characters were really developed. Mm-hmm. Nick Jonas is hot and muscly, which is nice. And spoiler alert, he gets killed, but then at the very end, someone pulls him out of the morgue, and he's still alive.
So he has something to do with it.
Yeah, and I thought it was good. I hope it gets better, and I don't like the Skylar girl, the main chick, not Emma Roberts. I wasn't a big fan of her.
Grace Gardner is her name.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of her. I love Keke Palmer. I have no idea what she did before, but she's pretty funny in this one.
Keke Palmer.
Her.
Yeah, she was
done a lot of stuff. She's been in a lot of movies. She's had a talk show.
Was she in Akeelah the Bee?
Yeah, she's been in a ton of stuff. So I like it.
Yeah, that was a good movie. I like that one.
What would you give this, Monroe?
I would give it a B, but I hope it does well. It's a cool concept.
I agree. I also give it a B and hope it does well because I'm a fan of Ryan Murphy and Brad Falchuk and their.
Let me go through my notes really quickly.
Marcus has got like a novel of notes. Okay.
I do. I'll be really quick on these, and I'll get faster. I'll run through them. Pros, the pros list. Obviously, we all know Emma Roberts plays bitch well. That's a given.
Yeah.
She is, and she's good. I'm not quite sure I like the Grace storyline either, but I'm hoping that kind of pans out. Keke Palmer in general, I love her. I love her character Zayday. It's also a con though too. Nick Jonas is a little bit of a dick. His character is Boone. But it'll be interesting to kind of see how his plays off. Jamie Lee Curtis, killer. Awesome. I love Jamie Lee Curtis. I think she does a really good job, and it's good to see her play the evil person for a change instead of the one always being the victim, because obviously she's a horror movie legend, and so it was good to see that she may be actually the killer this go around instead of her running from the killer for a change.
Mm-hmm.
The texting Ariana death, I thought that was funny. I thought that was hilarious. And then when she was like dead and then she came back alive just to press enter and then died again, I thought that was hilarious. I was like, okay, that's funny. The girl who was the deaf Taylor Swift, she was funny to me.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I can't hear you. Speak up. And then she got killed. And so I was like, okay. Niecy Nash obviously was the best character for me. Her name was Denise Hempfield. Is her character's name. And I love the scene where she was like, if you're in help, scream, and I'll come a-running. Now, if you scream and I don't come a-running, then I need you to dial 800-650 and then wait for somebody to put you on the line. And then if I still don't come a-running, you get your ass out of there. And you run. I thought that was hilarious. That
was my favorite.
I was like, why don't they just call 911? Like, don't go through that entire number. Like, it's stupid. And then another pro is that 2 out of the 3 black people survived the first episode. Holla!
There you go.
And he made it past the first episode. Only the Shonda girl got killed. And so I was like, ow, that's a win in my book. As far as cons, the killer's costume I think is stupid, but obviously we found out it's the school's mascot, so that's interesting. I guess they're the Devils is what they're called. Also, Kiki Palmer's character is a little stereotypical. Obviously, she's the black girl with the attitude.
Mhm.
Okay, maybe she could have played someone else or something a little better. I didn't like that. I feel like when Emma Roberts killed the nurse or the maid, they've all should have been a little bit more scared. I don't feel like they were scared enough. It was kind of like, oh, you killed her. Okay, let's go hide her body. No, bitch,
Yeah.
you just killed somebody. Like, no, like I needed more emotion and more something to that. And then I'm not sure I like Pete. He's the news journalist guy. I don't think I like him.
Oh, I think that he was like a little stereotypical.
Right.
And it was just, it all happened so fast. It was kind of like, that was a little too easy, you know?
Right.
But I like him. He was on Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah, I thought he looked familiar.
Yeah.
Overall, I give the show a B+. I like it. I'll watch. I'll be watching, to see.
Yeah.
I love mysteries and stuff, so obviously I want to know who the killer is. But, yeah, I'll be watching.
Yeah, I'll probably continue to watch too. What I did like is that it feels like Lea Michele they're presenting her a little differently. She's more, even though in Glee she was kind of a geek too, but they still made her like a pretty type, attractive geek, whatever. And she's like a geek this time. She has like this whole brace thing around her, and she said she was saying in an interview that she doesn't have to sit in the makeup chair because they put her in without any makeup on camera. So that's I think that's very different for her. She's like, I love it. So,
Yeah.
And so anyway, yeah, it's not bad. It's not a bad show. Still waiting for American Horror Story though.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I think we give it a B across the board. It seems like.
So would you recommend this show for other people to watch?
Yeah, I mean, if you're into like campy, horror comedies, it's it's not a bad one. It's not particularly that great, but it's just getting started, so we'll see where it goes.
Okay.
So anyway, so the show is on Fox, right? Yeah. Fox, Tuesdays at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the next one on the list is Rosewood.
Rosewood.
Which I did not watch or even hear about. Did you hear about that, Monroe?
I saw it on Hulu today.
Oh, okay.
I saw it on the banner, but I didn't watch it. No.
Oh, okay, so you didn't watch it. Okay, so Marcus, I think you were the only one who watched this one.
So then I'll be quick. Rosewood stars Morris Chestnut. It's on NBC, I think. Somebody fact check me on that.
It's on Fox on Wednesdays at 8.
Oh yeah, because it comes on before Empire. Yeah. So yeah, Rosewood. It stars Morris Chestnut. It's pretty interesting. It's a story about he's a pro bono or a freelance. What do you call those people in the morgue that do the autopsies?
Medical examiner.
Yeah, not medical a coroner. There we go. Yeah, he plays like a freelance coroner.
Oh, I did hear about this. He has like some sort of health issue, right?
Yeah. And so it turns out he's got degenerative heart failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's part of the storyline. I'll just run through my pros and cons really quickly. Pros, it's good to see Morris Chestnut in a leading role again on TV because he's a movie guy. He's another movie star who's come to television. And so I thought that's pretty interesting. There's I've noticed just in general, and there's one in here, there's lots of LGBT relationships. There's a lesbian couple in Rosewood, and it's his sister and her fiance that they both work for him, though. And so I thought that was very interesting as well. I like those two, too. They play like his assistants or assistant coroner or medical examiners or whatnot, and they run this like big facility where they do all of this high-tech coroner, medical examiner type stuff and do autopsies on bodies and everything. I thought that was pretty cool. The cast chemistry is good. I think him and the lady detective, her name is Via, the female detective, they get along really well and they play off of each other really well. And so I'd like to see where that kind of goes because there's sort of like a sexual tension there a little bit, but still obviously that they got to keep it professional. As far as the cons are, I think that they're trying to make him out to be sort of a player or something like that, trying to be the cool Miami Vice guy because it takes place in Miami. They're trying to make him like sort of a player, and I don't really care for that too much. I don't know what the storyline is. There's no storyline. From the first episode, they go straight into, we need to solve this case and this crime, but like, what's the overall storyline?
There's no story, or it's just they're taking it like a week by week, like
I
a.
don't know, but like there was very little character development and very little backstory.
Okay.
You know? And so it was just
it didn't get a very good review on IMDb. They gave it 5.6 out of 10. Based
oh
on
yeah, yeah, and I think that's why, because it's like, okay, you know, just like in all of the TV shows, you have like the day-to-day cases that, you know, kind of fill the show and stuff, but there's an overall storyline that is moving the show along. There was nothing like that present in the first episode, so I don't know what that is going to be. There are some cheesy moments in the show too, and I think that the reason that they take on the first case is kind of dumb. You know, it's because his mom was very close with one of the lady's friends who her daughter got killed, and so that's why they took the case on. And I was like, that's a little shaky for me in the script area. I gave the show a B, but now I'm going to change it. While thinking out loud, it makes me change it. I'm going to give it a B minus. I would definitely recommend everyone seeing the first show, and I'll probably watch the second one just to kind of see where it goes. But this one's also a toss-up as far as whether or not it may or may not be canceled. I don't know.
Okay. Well, again, it's this is Rosewood, and it airs Wednesdays at 8 p.m. on Fox. Moving on, so we got 2 more of the new shows for the season. Limitless. Who watched that? Because I didn't.
I didn't get to watch it.
Wait. Time out.
Yeah.
I ordered DoorDash, and I think it's here. And I don't want the doorbell to go off.
I'm going to go for a pee break.
Oakley dokley.
Well, I'll be here until they come.
Is it at the front?
I don't know. I think I just saw her part. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I didn't watch Limitless, so.
You should, though. It's good. It's on CBS, so you can watch it on CBS on their website, but they don't have it on Hulu.
Okay. They don't have it on Hulu?
No. But they have it on CBS.
That was also weird because they don't have Quantico or Blood and Oil on Hulu either, and I wanted to watch those.
Is that CBS?
No,
That Blood and Oil was NBC.
Blood and Oil is ABC, and then Quantico may be CBS, I'm not sure, or NBC.
Oh.
But they both air on Sunday, so.
So it was already on?
I think so. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't know.
So Jane the Virgin comes back really late.
I know, it's not until like the middle of October.
I know. Sorry, it hasn't come yet.
That's not there yet. What did you order?
Wingstop.
That sounds so good.
I'm about to eat leftovers though after this. So are you just going to edit this out?
Yeah. So where are we at?
No, I don't think she's here, but it will come.
Okay, just do a timeout.
It's coming earlier than I thought, so I'll just like make a clean edit.
So go ahead and start off and explain Limitless.
So
Limitless.
Limitless. It was really good. Bradley Cooper was in the episode.
Oh.
He was.
Yeah, he's gonna make special appearances, I think.
Isn't he an executive producer on the show too?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
No, it's like they're still taking the NZT drug. Like it's still out, but I think the one that Bradley Cooper was taking, they stopped making it. They got shut down. So people have been trying to like replicate it, and then the side effects are so severe that it'll kill you, like after a year of use. And like the hangover is really bad. So this guy gives it to him, and this guy, he's just a regular dude in like a one-man band. He's kind of a loser, and so he takes it. And then I thought it was really good. They do the graphics like how they do in the movie, where it's just text in certain places, and I thought it was really good. It was cool. It was cinematic, just like they kept the exact same style of the movie, which was nice. And Deborah Morgan from Dexter is in it.
Oh,
yeah,
fun.
she's Jennifer Carpenter.
Yes, I love her so much. So she's in it too. She plays an FBI agent, and so she's kind of working with this guy so I don't know quite yet what they're gonna do, but they're gonna work together, and it was really good. So I would give that one an A. Definitely recommend it.
Okay. The CBS show.
I don't know what network it's on. CBS, yeah. So you can watch it CBS online, but CBS doesn't put their stuff up on Hulu.
So this airs on Tuesdays. It's a 10 p.m. show on CBS, and it's got a pretty good reviews. IMDb gave it 8.5 out of 10.
Oh, really? Okay.
Great. Yeah. And it stars Jake McDorman as Brian Finch, Jennifer Carpenter, our girl from Dexter, as Rebecca, and Hill Harper as Boyle, and Mary Elizabeth as Nasreen, and I see Bradley Cooper as he's a senator now because he was running for some office at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And it's also good that Jake McDorman gets another shot because he was in that failed show last year called A to Z. Remember?
Oh yeah, I heard that was bad.
He was in that?
He was one of the lead ones in
it. It was terrible.
Yeah, and so it's good that he's getting another show and another chance to redeem. Because yeah.
He's the main guy.
Huh?
I like him.
So,
I like him.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. And then last on the list for new shows we have that premiered this week is The Best Time Ever. With Neil Patrick Harris. It's a variety show that he's hosting this season. Monroe, I think you're the only one to watch that, right? Did you watch that, Marcus?
Nope.
Okay. So this is Neil Patrick Harris, Nicole Scherzinger. Oh, from the Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah.
Right? They do
Alec
special.
Baldwin, Reese Witherspoon, Hilaria Baldwin.
I'm sure this might have just been the first episode. Then they do like.
Yeah, there's a lot of guest stars that they had. It seems like Joe Jonas, Adam Levine, Seth Meyers. Yeah, there's a lot. Britney Spears. Anyway, so yeah, go ahead, tell us about it.
It was terrible.
Was it really?
The worst show out of all the new shows I watched. And I hate to say it because I love Neil Patrick Harris and I really wanted it to work, but I stopped watching it like 10 minutes in, or like 15 minutes in. I couldn't get through the whole thing. It was just the worst. But David Burkda was there, and he was just sitting in the front row, which I thought was really cool. Burka. I never get his name right. Yeah, he was sitting in the front row, and I was like,
why was it Tell me why it was terrible.
So, like, the writing was bad. It was really cheesy. And I know variety shows are supposed to be, but I think they worked better in the 70s because now it's just everyone. It's a live show, so people kept screwing up.
Oh, so it's Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, it was awkward. Like, the episode I watched was the second one. It actually premiered like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So he brought this girl in from the audience, and he sat her down. He was talking about her boyfriend. And it took like 15 minutes just to do this. So he was like, this is your boyfriend sleeping on the couch. We set up a webcam in your living room. And then he asks her questions like, what is he afraid of? And she goes, I don't know, snakes. And it shows him in like a Fear Factor parody with a snake. And it went on way too long. And in the end he proposed to her. And but it was like, which was a cute idea, but it went on far too long. And the writing was terrible. The concept is there, but it's not being executed
Sounds
at
like
all.
It's
Like
not very well produced or something.
It's not, and I wish it worked out because I like Neil Patrick Harris. He's funny, he's hilarious, but not.
Yeah, and he's super talented too. But oh well.
So, do you think it'll get canceled?
I hope it does. So Neil Patrick Harris can be on AHS Hotel.
Right.
So this show is inspired by the UK program Ant and Dec's Saturday Night Takeaway, which I don't know how successful that is. I've never even heard of that either. So let's see. Neil Patrick Harris actually appeared on the original UK show and as a guest announcer in preparation for the role of hosting the US show. But that was back in 2002. Oh no, the show was back in 2002, so I think it's still airing. But well, that's too bad.
I just Americans have a short attention span, so I don't think it'll probably last then.
Yeah.
You know, it's different from American TV habits to people in other countries. We have a very short attention span, and it's like on to the next thing so quickly. So I don't think
that's true.
I recommend you guys watching it because I'm curious to see what you guys think. Because I might have been too quick to judge, and you might actually think it's good. But
Okay.
Just for that reason.
So, do you recommend it or don't recommend it? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you.
I only recommend it so you guys can form your own opinion about it, because I'm curious to see what you think. But other than that, no.
Is it an F?
Yeah. Nah.
Wait, what channel and station does it come on?
It's on. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. I think it's. I don't have any.
Isn't it on Fox or NBC?
I think it's on
IMDb will usually say that
NBC.
It's an online based show, right?
I'm pretty sure it's on NBC on Tuesdays.
I don't have
Yeah.
any
Oh wait, I've got it written down. Hold on. Duh.
Yeah, it's NBC.
Yeah, NBC on Tuesdays. Tuesday
Okay.
night. So, okay. I'm
Okay.
going to move on.
All right. So now we're moving on to the returning shows, and
Oh,
what?
nothing. I'm just excited.
Wait, we have the Muppet.
Oh, the
Oh,
Muppets.
yeah.
I'm sorry, the Muppets. That's a new show. I think I like what they're doing with it. I think it's funny. They're doing the edgy thing. So the premise is, Kermit has broken up with Miss Piggy, but now they're still working together because she has her own late night talk show. I think it's got some kinks to work out.
Agreed.
But I like what it's doing. I think this is. I don't know if this kind of feels sort of Modern Family-ish, and I'm not just talking about the docu-style, comedy. I think they're. I don't know. This is just my theory, but because Modern Family is in its 7th season, so that show's not gonna. It's might last another season or two. So they're looking for a replacement possibly, but I don't know.
My thoughts. For the pros, I thought that it's real, it's relatable.
Yeah.
I liked that aspect of it. I thought that the dialogue and the language was definitely more adult. There's a lot of innuendos and stuff.
It's a more family-style comedy than for little kids. So
I wouldn't even say family. I would say it's a more grown-up, because I wrote some of them down. Like Kermit was saying, "Oh my God, I'm in a bacon-wrapped hell." Like, okay, Muppets saying that. And
but then they walk back and say, "You can't say hell."
Yeah, and then Fozzie the Bear had a gay quote. He was talking about passionate bear looking, and he was like, "That's not what it means," or da 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 da. He's talking about bears, looking for love and stuff like that. But it was a gay innuendo, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's new too."
Yeah.
As far as
cross promotion.
What?
The cross promotion one.
Yeah.
We met at a cross promotion, and we ended up cross promoting.
That Monroe. Hold on.
Say something else, Monroe.
Hello.
Okay.
It's a little better.
Am I good?
Yeah. What did you say again?
Is it? Oh, where Kermit's describing how he got his new girlfriend, and he's like, "Oh, we met at a cross promotional meeting, and we ended up cross promoting."
Yeah. Sex. It's like, what? And that was kind of my con. That was kind of one of my cons, because I was like, I still think of the Muppets as like this very kid-friendly thing, and so now hearing them talk about sex and gay people and hell and all of that, I'm like, okay, this is take a little getting used to,
Yeah. I think that's the deal with a lot of audiences out there, because I don't think it went very well in the reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. I like it, and all the parents that are like, "Oh, it's it's not for children, whatever," and I'm like, you know what? It's fine. We can do this. We'll get through it.
Yeah.
It's funny. It does remind me of Modern Family.
Right.
It does.
And I don't think it has to be for children.
It's 7.6 out of 10.
So that's not bad. I don't think it has to be for children. I know people equate the Muppets with kids, but this is a new take on it. It's a new style, and I think that they should run with it. I would definitely watch it.
The Muppets have never been fully just for kids. It's you know, I'm going to take back what I previously said, that it was more, you know, that it was more for kids, because it never really was. I mean, they used to have the variety show back in the 70s and 80s or whatnot.
Right.
And the humor was, I mean, it was edgy, not as edgy as the show, but it was something that everybody could enjoy. It was a family style show, but you can tell now they really want to make it, you know, more for the adult crowd.
Right.
Which, yeah, I mean, it's kind of working, but I don't know I can't quite tell what it needs. Like, I don't know if it's more story or.
I think they need to focus on more characters. Like, I think this was a good one to start off.
I said they got plenty of those.
Yeah, you know, but I want to see more from Gonzo, and you know, I mean, they focused on Fozzie the Bear, Kermit, and Miss Piggy this episode.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll see more from like the other ones, like the Chef and Meep and Gonzo and the Science and all of that stuff. You know, just to kind of keep it moving, because I feel like keeping it just on those will make it get boring pretty fast. You know. And
I thought it was a little strange that they're doing. I mean, it's funny, and I like what they're doing with Miss Piggy having their own show. But I kind of thought that they would be producing, like, you know, the Muppets show. You know.
Right.
So that's what I was kind of expecting. So maybe, but you know, who knows? They might get back into that. I don't know.
I think the only problems I had with the show is that they're like, because they're Muppets and they have like the weird Muppet voices. Sometimes like it's kind of hard to understand what they're saying. Like what like I can't like really hear them is clearly in my brain. You know, like someone made a joke and I couldn't hear it, so I had to like go back and do it again. But
is that your DoorDash?
What?
Okay. Time out.
Time out.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Oh, she just killed her DoorDash, man.
Okay, I'm back.
How long did that take for between you ordering and the delivery?
Well, it was supposed to be an hour, but it came early.
Oh, that's nice.
We ordered it right when we started.
My last thought about the Muppet Show is just that I want them to do more guest stars. Like they had Elizabeth Banks and Tom Bergeron in this episode, but I want to see more interaction between the celebrities and the Muppets too. And
which I'm sure they'll do. I mean,
he's the host of Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll do that. I mean, the Muppets are all about having a celebrity guest. So.
Right. I give it a B-.
I give it a B.
I give it a B.
Yeah. I think there's still some kinks, like you said, to work out, and you know, hopefully they can do that with the upcoming episodes.
Yeah, I think I'm still going to continue to watch. I still recommend it. You know, I think it's still okay for families to watch because kids might not get the adult jokes, but there's still some, you know, entertainment value for them there too. So.
Right. I agree.
Okay. So now back to the returning shows.
Yes.
You guys want to start with the premiere of How to Get Away with Murder? All right. Monroe, why don't you start?
Okay. Last season, Rebecca dead. Okay, someone killed her. Don't know who. Everyone thought Wes let her go. And so this episode, it's finding out who killed Rebecca, and also because Annalise is suspected of killing her husband, no one is coming. She has no clients. Like, no one wants her as a lawyer. Mm-hmm. So this one we find out, is it Connie or Bonnie?
Bonnie.
Bonnie. Okay. Bonnie Winterbottom, or whatever her name is. She and Frank has his shirt off. And I forgot that Oliver has the saddest storyline ever.
Yeah.
And Michaela's a bitch, and she needs to get over the fact that Laurel took her wedding ring, her engagement ring,
Oh yeah, because it was missing the whole last season.
Yeah. So I said this before, and I'll say it again. There are so many secret lesbian storylines now.
In general, you just mean in general, not just in how to get started.
Yeah, it's like not. I mean, it's all the shows. Mm-hmm. It's like no one is just a lesbian. They're like married and they have a secret lover or like something. There's always something. I don't know why they're always secret.
Secret though, like I don't think they were a secret because she said that she left her for her therapist, which was Sam, the husband now. But I mean, they were talking about all these memories that they had. You know, that they had dinner parties and people over, and like they had this full-blown relationship. So I don't think it was really a secret.
Well, secret from us.
I think the thing that can be hard to wrap your brain around is the bisexuality concept.
Right.
Because that's like a lot of people don't get that, you know, and I think that's what maybe that's one thing that, you know, another thing in the LGBT thing that's trying to get represented is, you know, the B part in LGBT. So, you know, I don't get it, but I mean that's they you know, I'm all for everybody getting represented. So.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying like that. It's just the fact that they never start off
with a lesbian couple. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they always start off the other way around, and
that's why you should watch Rosewood then, because Rosewood they start off with a lesbian couple. Like you know that they're a couple and that they're lesbians right off the bat.
Yeah, they're being a little. I don't know if it's a little bit too. I don't know the right word for it, but it's getting overused. It's getting oversaturated. The whole concept of the bisexuality with the female.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they had this lesbian relationship, but they can't decide if they're, you know, who they love. And I get it, sexuality is complicated and everything, but it's like the same storyline that's being used commonly in different shows. That
it's always the women. There's never a male bisexuality thing, except for last season in How to Get Away with Murder, Michaela's ex-fiance. That was the first time I've seen that, and that's it. But other than that, it's like I think it's an overused storyline. That's all.
Getting oversaturated.
Yeah, but so at the end, so the case that they're working on, right? It's these two adopted children from different families. They got adopted by rich people, and those rich people, their parents, got killed, and they're on trial for their murder. And then at the end of the episode, like...
They spend the whole episode trying to figure out whether or not Wes killed Rebecca or not. They call him the puppy now. Yeah, and then at the end of the episode, go ahead.
So at the end, you see Wes running from the big mansion that those clients lived in. And then it cuts to, like, Annalise. Oh, there's, like, a gunshot, and then it cuts to like Annalise bleeding out on the ground.
Mm-hmm. 2 months into the future. This is the kind of like what last season when they kind of did those flashbacks and flash forward. So this is a flash forward of Wes running away from that mansion after a gunshot, and then you see Annalise fighting for her life because she's been shot. She's like bleeding on the floor.
So
you cannot kill her though because she's the lead on the show, so.
Well, she just got a fucking Emmy. She's not going anywhere. Right. She ain't going nowhere. What I love about How to Get Away with Murder is the fact that they do the time jumps. I love the fact that you know what happens, but the more interesting part is how and why. You know, I think that's more interesting to know, like, oh, okay, well, they died. That's cool, but then you go back a couple of months and everybody's all happy families. Just like, okay, how did this happen and what led to this person killing or, you know, doing this, you know? And I think that's part of the journey that I like about the show.
Agreed. So I give this episode A fucking
A+. Yeah.
So should we disclose who killed Rebecca?
Connie.
Oh, I don't know if we disclosed it or not, but yeah, we found out Bonnie killed it, and Annalise knows, and she's helping her cover it up. And then we also know from the season finale that Frank was the one who killed
Lila.
And so there's a few murders getting covered up here, obviously, because that's what the show is about.
Deeper and deeper.
And I was wondering, like, how are they going to continue this into the second season? And so far, they're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, they came out like from the word go, like in this episode, like I was in, I was invested. Yeah.
And it was this one Scandal where, I mean, I swear to God, every Thursday night, those are the top 2 shows that are always trending on Twitter.
Yeah.
Everybody's watching these shows.
I really loved how to Get Away with Murder did the recap at the beginning. I don't think enough shows do that because it even if you did watch last season, I was like, oh yeah, that's right, that did happen. You know, they gave a really good recap and it was fast. And then they were straight into the episode, and it was boom, 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 boom. I love that.
Somebody else got killed too. Who was the?
Oh yeah, the other lady, the aunt. She got her throat slit.
Yeah, because she was a witness in the murder. She also got killed too.
But now we think it's the other son because while the sister was painting, he was. I went to go jog.
Yeah, air quotes. Jog.
Right. Bitch, you ain't jogging. He was out there killing somebody. That's what she was doing.
Marcus, I have a pro for you for this episode.
Okay.
We did not once see the flying cheerleader.
Right.
Flying cheerleader.
I miss her. I needed her to come back and give me one good fire.
Yeah, she'll be gone long enough for us to miss her, then they'll bring her back.
Right. That damn pep rally, boy. I swear, the pep rally was in every episode last season.
Oh my God.
But yeah.
Right, so yeah, A plus. This is I highly recommend How to Get Away with Murder if you're into these kind of mystery shows, a little intense. And
if you haven't watched, I would highly suggest go back and binge watch the first season.
Oh yeah.
And then you'll be caught up on the new season before we get too deep into this because it is already popping off and we are only in the first episode.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so next on the list for returning shows, Scandal. Monroe, you don't watch Scandal.
No, so I need my fries.
Okay.
So I had to fill in Marcus for the rest of the show because you were like 10 minutes away.
I was like 5 or 6 minutes. I got to it within 5 or 6 minutes.
Okay, so I think I filled you in okay then.
Yes.
So Melly and Fitz are getting a divorce. Olivia's back with Fitz, but they're trying to hide it, and the skeezy ex-vice president lady who has her own television show about trying to
Sally Langston.
The White House. Sally, she exposed Fitz's and Olivia's relationship after Olivia said, though, we need to take this slow. The case of the week was that it was a fictional, British royal
Princess Diana.
The story was based on Princess Diana. So the royal family was visiting. There was a princess. She was actually supposed to be American, who married the British prince, and then she gets killed in a car accident. But it turns out the car accident was an assassination that was put on by everybody was suspecting the prince, but it was put on by the queen herself because the princess, and here's where the scandal comes into play, the princess was pregnant with one of the bodyguards' baby, and the queen knew about it, so she staged the assassination. And so the princess died. Olivia finds out through investigating, she gets the queen to kind of not really confess, but she just tells her straight up, and she's like, and you're not going to do anything about it to Olivia. Well, Olivia ends up telling, long story short, Olivia tells the prince, and the prince shuns his mama queen, and she is going to resign as the queen or whatever, and live out the rest of her days. And the thing is that what he said to her was kind of chilling, was kind of like vicious, but he said that the next time I want to see you is at your own funeral. I was like, oh shit. So that's what's going on. And Huck is still a mess.
Of course.
And he wants Olivia to fix him, but she says she can't fix him. And God, I always forget her name. The one that's actually still working for her.
Gwen.
Quinn.
Quinn
is still doing her thing, working for her. They're still reeling from the fact that Huck, he killed those jurors in the season finale. All the jurors. viciously, and that was from Melly's doing because she was too scared about something getting exposed.
She was going to get blackmailed about her kids.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and Fitz knows about it. That's why he's divorcing her. And yeah, a lot happened in this episode. In just one fucking episode, a lot happened to Scandal.
As far as pros go, for Scandal, I like that it picks up exactly where it left off. Like, you know, from where the season finale was, they picked right back up and kept it moving right out of the gate. You know, it was boom, 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 yet again. I really like Melly, and I feel like Melly is going to play a huge part this season because of what's going on now, and now that that other lady is the new chief of staff, I think her and Melly are going to butt heads a little bit more, but Melly is a fighter. Don't play her. Don't mess with it.
She's a fighter, but at the same time, like I tend to feel sometimes that the writing for her can be, in a lack for a better term, I think it can be a little bit sexist because so for instance, Fitz keeps calling her an ornament, a piece of furniture, and you know you're just supposed to sit there and stand and wave. And you know, and they made her really like last season. It took her a long time to get back on her feet, and when she did, it was kind of like, you know. So, and then. Well,
that's why I said I feel like she's going to play a bigger role because you know she was so much in grief last season from losing her son that I feel like you know that kind of took her out of the picture a little bit. Now,
I understand that, because she did. Obviously, she lost her son, but I mean, it was like. The grieving was really weird. They just made her like sit in her sweats and eat potato chips when, you know, I kind of wanted her, I don't know, I guess her grieving to be a little bit more intense, but, you know, I don't know. It's
differently, yeah. As far as cons, Sally Langston can't handle. Don't like her. She's on nerves. Like she's
a murderer too.
She wears me out. Yeah, she murdered her husband.
Yeah, she's a murderer. So, but that just never came up. So.
I'm still not really sure how I feel about Olivia and Fitz. You know, I feel like we've been here, we've done this, we keep going back.
I'm so tired.
Move on to someone else. Like I like Fitz and I like his character, but I need Olivia to like. Move on to someone else. Like this is just becoming too much. This is tiring. Yeah. And we didn't see Cyrus really at all this episode, but once.
Not really. Once, but let's.
Yeah.
Let's see what I mean. You know, Cyrus is a really good character. I've always loved his character.
Right. So. As far as the coming back episode, though, honestly, I would give Scandal a B+. You know, last season was okay. You know, it was good, but then How to Get Away with Murder just kind of like grabbed.
Yeah.
You know, and so I need Scandal to really come with it this season. You know, I need more storylines, more twisty goodness, and all of that stuff. And
what I like about Scandal is the soapiness of it.
Right.
It's it's extremely soapy, but you know, a little bit on the intense side. But it's fun. Like you know, I've always thought that was kind of fun. But they did. I really liked last season. I liked the whole story arc with Olivia getting kidnapped and the whole. I mean, that was very.
It was okay.
I liked it. But so let's see what they're going to take it this season because we're obviously there's a lot more to come.
Right. Obviously, we would recommend watching it because it's still a good show. So definitely watch. Just would be nice to see some more.
My TGIT's without Grey's Anatomy because I'm
not a Grey's Anatomy fan.
I'm surprised it came back. It's on its 11th season now.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah.
So, all right, moving on. And Monroe, you're back.
Modern Family. Oh wait, hold on. Let me go back a minute. So Scandal, you can watch it on ABC on Thursdays at 9 p.m. And How to Get Away with Murder is actually right after Scandal on Thursdays at 10 p.m.
Yes.
And then so now Modern Family, also an ABC show. They just had their premiere, and it was
just okay.
It's all right. Yeah.
What'd you think?
I kind of thought it was exactly the same as like how all the episodes are. Like it's always to me super good. They didn't do like a series premiere comeback thing but I thought it was still going strong. Like they just picked up where they left off. I thought it was pretty hilarious. I like it.
It had some funny moments, but I think that I don't know, something's feeling a little exhausted about it. A
little bit. I felt the same way. I felt that I Here's what I'm sorry to cut you off too, but I kind of feel really passionately about this. You know, last season when they did the viral episode, the web episode.
That was good.
I thought that was so good, and it switched it up so much because Modern Family has to be cautious of this. They can get into a rut. You know, all of the episodes are the same. You know, Cam and Mitch are gonna act a fool. You know, Jay and Gloria are gonna fight, and you know, Cam and Phil and what's her name, his wife, are gonna do something stupid. You know, it's kind of the same formulaic thing every episode. And so when that web one came out, I was like, oh, this was really good and changed up. And so I hope they do that more this season. Don't get me wrong, it's still funny, it's still hilarious, the writing is great. I'm glad that they focused on Haley because Haley doesn't necessarily get all of the screen time that she deserves sometimes. And so I'm glad this episode was about her and Mitch. But I need them to continue to shake it up and switch it up some.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think when Alex goes away to college, maybe they'll give him more of an opportunity to do stuff like that. But I love Adam Devine so much.
Yes.
So much. He's like the best part to me.
Devine is funny. Yeah. Well, when he gained like 50 pounds after finding out that that Haley was there when he proposed to his girlfriend and that her intention was to stop it from happening.
Let's be honest. I need them to get together. Just come on.
Yeah.
I need them to
so
get
cute.
together.
It's time.
Fine.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I like that they brought Adam. What's his last name? Devine.
Fine.
Adam Devine. God, what a last name. Yeah, I like that he's kind of a regular cast member now. I don't know, or a recurring guest or
recurring cast member.
Yeah. So I mean, I like that he's on the show. Did you know? I have a factoid about him. When he was around, I think, 11 or 12, he got hit by a truck. In real life, this happened in real life. He got hit by a truck, broke both of his legs, and he pretty much had to learn how to walk all over again.
Oh wow.
Shit.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my factoid. My factoid of the day.
Right. For Modern Family, I'd give it a B.
B, yeah, I agree.
I give it an A because I'm not exhausted from it yet. I don't know why. It's just the formula really works for me, I guess.
I still love the show. Don't get me wrong. I love Modern Family. I'll always love Modern Family.
I just want to challenge them. Yeah. I want to challenge them to do a little bit more. I love the show too.
Yeah. Okay, so the next on the list is Empire.
Oh. All of these shows. If you guys don't know, like, we have been watching TV shows since Sunday, like nonstop.
Yes.
And there's like 30 shows.
Oh, okay. So can I give them like backstory on why we're doing Google Hangout now?
Yeah, and also I can hear myself in an echo, so I'm not sure who else has something else on. But I could hear myself.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So backstory is that I'm gonna make this short. Alex Monroe, myself, and Marcus, we were all co-workers, so we were able to get together really easily to do this together. Now we are no longer co-workers. We're no longer in the same office. We're all unemployed, unfortunately. So that's why we have more time to watch TV and deliver this podcast.
A lot of ground covered.
So that's what's going on. So yeah, that's why we're watching a lot of TV now.
But back to Empire, like God.
Like a lot of TV. Yeah, and I really should be focusing my efforts on finding a new job, but it's okay because there's TV.
I agree.
So yeah, Empire. Let me go. Let me get
here. So I'll start off this one.
Go ahead.
So Empire, obviously, the crazy goodness that it was. Last season was a breakout runaway hit of the TV season. Empire was the first show to actually get better in the ratings from every episode all the way up into the finale. I don't think it's ever been done before on a TV show, or it's rare. And so at the end of the season, Lucius ended up going to jail, and they were in the midst of doing a hostile takeover. Jamal had taken over the company, and then Andre and Hakeem and Cookie and Anita were all planning to hostile takeover.
Hold on. Okay, sorry, I had to move my mic. I was getting some feedback.
Oh, okay. And so when this episode picks up, Lucius is in jail. We find out that one of the big drug dealers in the past that Cookie and her sister deal with, her sister's played by Tasha Smith, he's back in the picture, and he's played by Chris Rock, and he's also in jail as well.
Marcus, your audio is going in and out. Hold on.
Okay.
You should start over.
Yeah, you might have to start over. I'm sorry.
Okay. Let me know when you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just when you're talking, it just goes in and out.
How about now? Like if I talk for a moment, does it go in and out?
Yeah, now it's better.
Okay. So just really quickly, last season, Lucius ended up going to jail. Hakeem, Andre, Jamal, Anita, Cookie, they all plan on doing a hostile takeover from Jamal to get the company over. And so at the beginning of this season, Lucius is in jail. A big drug dealer he used to deal with in the past, played by Chris Rock. He's also in jail, and he's got a little bit of storyline. Marissa Tomei, really, really good. I liked her. I did.
Yeah, I was surprised. I had no idea she was going to be on the show.
I didn't either, but she did a really good job, and I was very impressed by Marissa Tomei's performance. And so that happened, and they were planning, Marissa plays this like big investor or something like that, and they were planning on using her to help do a hostile takeover, but then turns out he was in cahoots with Lucius and Jamal, and they turned it around on them, and so then that kind of blew up in their face. Jamal and Cookie are on the outs, which I'm a little hurt about because I like their relationship the most. And so I need them to become BFFs again. I almost cried when she slapped him at the end. And then when he was crying behind the door, I almost cried again. Because I need
when Cookie slapped Jamal, right?
Yeah. I need them to be okay. Like that's like my power couple. I need them to be okay.
I am starting to not like Jamal so much, and I don't want that to happen.
Right.
But I'm like, you're kind of being an ass for it.
Yeah. And so just very quickly, I'll run through my pros and cons, and then I want to hear what you guys have to say. I thought Chris Rock was good. It's good to see him in a serious role as a gangster, and not a comedian or a fun-loving dad or something like that. So it's good to see him in that. Seeing Jamal in charge kind of hurt me. That whole thing about him and Cookie being on the outs. Marissa Tomei, I thought she was good. Anita and Tomei dancing that scene where she was like, I want you to dance with me. And Cookie was like, take off your sweater. And then Anita got up and she was like dancing and stuff with her in the club when they're in the club. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. And then the music is always on point in Empire. So I thought that was good.
Yeah.
As far as the cons go, I think that there could have been a little bit more of a recap at the beginning of the episode, just to kind of let people know what happened at the end. When Jamal and Michael, I didn't know Jamal and Michael were back together. That was
all of a sudden, like, he's just back.
Yeah, he's back. I'm like, what happened? Where did this come from?
I thought so, because I didn't know if they got back together at the end of the last season. Like, I couldn't remember.
No, they never showed it. Like,
no, he was gone, and he was messing with
and I didn't recognize him right away because he looks different now.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't know yeah, so that was weird. The whole hostile takeover thing, I'm glad that was only for one episode because I wasn't really feeling that storyline that much, and so I need them to kind of move on to something else. Lucius has an awful lot of visitors in jail. I didn't know that you could have people visit that damn much. You're in jail. Come on. That's
right. Well, he's Lucius. I mean, he's...
Right.
He's good.
So, and that's all I have. What do you guys thought?
I think you pretty much covered it. That was really a thorough overview. What do you have to say?
My favorite part was when Marissa Tomei turns around in the chair and she's like, "Yeah, you guys tried to swindle me, interfere with me, whatever." Like when the hostile takeover didn't work, and Cookie turns to Nika and she goes, "You're supposed to sleep with her."
Yeah. Yeah.
That whole scene was very dramatic when Marissa Tomei turned around in her chair. I was like, really? You were sitting through that whole meeting with your chair, with your back? Come on.
I thought they should have concentrated more on the music. Because they should have had one big drip drop song.
Yeah, no, I get that too, but I think as part of the storyline when they were talking about how, since Jamal's running the company, they were focusing more, everybody was focused more on the business side of it, than the music side this episode.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get back to that.
I'm still waiting for Taraji P. Henson to sing because she has yet to do like any musical numbers.
Yeah, and she can sing.
Yeah, we all know she can sing. So let's hurry it up.
Oh, she can. Okay.
Yeah, she can sing.
And I love Marissa Tomei so much.
So, side note, I just saw a commercial for Apple where it was Mary J. Blige, Kerry Washington, and Taraji P. Henson, and they're like getting together, like having a girls' day at Mary J. Blige's house, and they're going through like old '90s mixtapes. It was actually kind of funny.
Oh.
But it's all of them together in the same, and they're themselves. They're just like having like a hangout day doing this commercial for it.
Nice. Yeah, I want to see that. I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah. So Empire, what do we give? What should we grade this?
A-.
Monroe?
B, because of Jamal. Like, he needs to get back on track, or it's gonna drive me nuts.
Okay.
I know. Because he's just little cute.
I'm sorry, you were cutting out. You said we need to get him back on track, or he's going to drive you nuts.
He's so cute. And it's like it's pissing me off. He needs to go back.
Yeah. He made me really mad when he was like, "Can you get Ricardo out of here?" When he was talking about like their man.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, excuse me." So I give it B+. A-. It got off to a pretty strong start, I think. Dramatic enough, what we wanted, and Lucius, his evil ways came back. He had Chris Rock killed because he was sending severed heads to Cookie, and putting his family in danger. So I kind of like that relationship where, like, even though like Lucius and Cookie, like they like hate each other. They'll still like look out for each other.
Oh yeah.
So one day, one of them is going to kill the other one.
Yeah, that's what he said. He was like, what did he say? He was like, I don't know how I can love someone and hate someone so much in the same breath. And that's their relationship. They hate each other so much, but they'll do anything for each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when she was in trouble, who did she come to?
Right, exactly. She's got to go to Lucius.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, whether they like it or not, they're tied to each other.
Yeah.
That's cute. I love it.
Cool.
All right. So Empire, that's a Fox show, correct?
It airs on Wednesday nights.
Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Okay. So we got 3 more on the list. Bear with us, guys. Next is Mindy Project.
Yes.
I did not watch, but you guys.
We'll be quick about that. Mindy's good.
Yeah. It's just like last season. It's still like the ground running. It's strong. 2 episodes so far. So I think they're releasing them now on like Mondays or something.
Tuesdays.
Oh, it's Tuesdays?
Yeah, they release them on Tuesdays. But I was worried about when Hulu took it over whether or not it was going to be the same, but it is, and that's okay.
So did Hulu take it over after they shot this season?
I don't know. That I don't know.
Because it was canceled so roughly, but I'm glad that they kept it going.
Or maybe the deal was already in the works, so that they just kind of kept it going and kept production going.
Mm-hmm.
Because the deal was already there and they already knew it was going to happen.
I give the pilot an A+, super strong. Joseph Gordon-Levitt was in it.
Yeah.
It was,
Oh, he was?
Yeah. And who's the girl from Slumdog Millionaire?
Oh,
She was in it. And Mindy was like, oh yeah, some people say we look exactly alike. You're twins.
Dang.
Pinto.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Um.
So, grades?
First 2 episodes were good. I definitely give it an A. The writing is hella good.
Yeah.
Has it gotten better, do you think, now that it's on Hulu?
I think it's always been good. So I just think
okay.
Same. What about you, Maria?
Yeah, I don't think much has changed.
Yeah.
Not much has changed. Okay, so it's about the same. Because the thing is, what I learned with these online platforms, I especially know this with Netflix, that when they produce shows, they actually let the producers of the show, like the ones who actually created the show, have their own full creative license on it. They don't like the executive producers, those who are actually like funding the show, like at Netflix or whatever. They kind of learn. They want to take a step back and let the creativity take over, which is very unique. I'm not sure if that's the same case with Hulu, but I know that's for sure with Netflix.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay.
Overall, I give it an A.
Yeah. Okay. Next is Blackish.
Awesome.
Blackish was funny.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, that's another show and this is the thing. That's another show that kind of picked up right where it left off.
Mm-hmm.
It was good from the word go. This episode they covered the N-word, and the funniest parts to me were with Andre's mom and dad, with Lawrence Fishburne and Jennifer Lewis are their names, and they were talking about, well, I've never used that word, and then they did a flashback, and he was using the word. And then his mom came in the room, and she was like, well, I've never used the word. And then it flashed back to 5 minutes ago, and she was like, move out of the way. I was laughing so hard because for his flashback, they went back like several years. For her flashback, they just went back 5 minutes. It was like, please. I thought that was so hilarious.
I agree. I love that show.
Monroe, what did you think?
I thought that was hilarious. They never skipped a beat from their series finale to now.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. The writing is good, and it's kind of like I was saying with the Carmichael show. They cover issues, but they make it funny.
Yeah.
They cover interesting topics, like last season they had the whole gay thing with Raven Simone, and then obviously they kicked off this one with the N-word and racism and stuff like that. And it's good. I enjoy it. My only qualm is that I think they need to move nights. They need to switch nights because it comes out on Wednesday nights on the second half hour of Empire.
But isn't that's becoming more and more like it's like a non-issue now because we can watch it on Hulu, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I think that's how a lot of people are watching these shows nowadays. Okay, so Blackish, what do you guys give it?
A.
A, huh? Okay. Fresh Off the Boat, which I also didn't see.
It's
the last on our list.
not going well.
It's not going well?
I don't know. I give it like a B plus.
B plus?
What?
B plus.
I gave it. What did I give it? I gave it a C.
Why?
Yeah.
So, I know there's some drama going on with the show because they
I read that.
Eddie Huang. What's his last name?
Eddie
Huang. He's not narrating the show anymore.
He's no longer involved in the show.
Yeah, and it's based off like his memoirs or his biography or something like that. And so, he's not on the show. I think in some interview he was saying that they were taking the show in a different direction. That's not even like, it's getting too loose with the storyline, and he didn't appreciate, I guess, where it was going. So I think it was a mutual separation.
I don't think he officially separated, but yeah, he's no longer involved in the show, and he used to do the narrating on it. And I didn't realize how big of a part the narrating was, but I missed it in this episode. And it was kind of weird not having it.
Yeah.
I didn't really miss it, but I hope it'll do okay because they develop their characters so well, and there's no actual trajectory. It's like very episodic. It's like, hopefully, him not being involved anymore won't really matter. But
I don't know.
I
don't think it was a very good move of them to switch it up just like that because when you establish the first season and you have this voiceover character, it becomes a little jarring as a viewer, I think. And I'm saying this, I haven't even watched the season premiere of it yet, though. But I know, like, I guess him as a kid is supposed to be narrating some of it, but then I think they're just going to be standalone now. They're not going to do narration at all anymore. I thought that wasn't a very good move. They probably should have just gotten somebody else to narrate it in his place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
That's unfortunate.
So
grades?
I give it a C.
C.
B and C. Okay. Okay, that's the last on our list of the premiere.
Every episode won't be like this, by the way. This one's probably one of our longest because we had to watch everything.
We had to watch every.
I'm gonna watch a couple of more episodes of some shows, and I'm gonna start cutting them.
With one episode, and I was talking to these guys about doing this soon. Right before Halloween, I'm hoping. I want to do a horror-themed episode where we just review nothing but the horror shows that are out right now. And there's a lot. I've been watching The Strain, really good. It's created by Guillermo del Toro, and it's based off of some of his novels that he's been written. It's really just an excellent, scary show. Of course, there's The Walking Dead. There's Fear of the Walking Dead. Penny Dreadful, which I can't stop raving about because that's also an amazing show. Again, there's Scream Queens. It's a horror show. When we got American Horror Story, we got a lot of good scary shows coming out.
Yep.
So eventually coming up, we'll do an episode based off that. But meanwhile, we're just going to continue to review some of the shows that we're watching, and then we'll probably just stop watching some of them just because.
Yeah.
Either A, there's just too many shows out there in the universe right now, or B, they're just shitty shows. So.
Yeah.
My recommendations for the shows that I'll probably be watching are Blackish, Modern Family, The Muppets, obviously everything on TGIT. I'm going to give Scream Queens more time, and I'm going to give Minority Report more time. I may not watch Blindside again, and obviously Empire and The Mindy Project, but yeah.
Okay.
So.
Cool.
Okay.
Should we move on to the news?
Sure.
Do it.
Let's see what we got in news today.
Monroe, do you have any news?
I forgot. Sorry.
Rude.
It's all right. I'm just going to look at what's on the headlines.
Okay.
Okay. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are going to produce an HBO film about the water crisis, Thirst. It's called Thirst.
Okay.
Don't know much about that. Blah, 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 blah. Hold on. Let me find our news section here.
Let's see what I can find.
Hold, please. Top news. More news.
Johnny Depp and Alice Cooper are pairing up to do something. I don't know what though.
Alice Cooper?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is what this is pretty cool. Black Mirror season 3 is coming to Netflix.
Yes.
And it's actually going to be, it's a 12 episode order, which is very different because, so this is a BBC show about, it's a fictional show about the horrors behind technology, and it was really good.
Hell yeah.
Huh?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. It had 2 seasons, about maybe 3 or 4 episodes per season, which is the traditional BBC fashion, high quality, less episodes. But now Netflix has taken it, and they did a 12 episode order of the 3rd season. Trying to see when it's going to get published. It doesn't say anything about it yet. So we'll find out about that soon. We're going to keep an eye on that because we love it. Sorry, let me go back. They just did this whole update on iOS, and so I'm still trying to work out the kinks on it. The ratings for ABC Shondaland's TGIT lineup did better than Heroes Reborn. I think I'm going to review that in our next episode, our next podcast, because I didn't get a chance to watch that this time, and I really want to do it because I was a huge Heroes fan. What else?
Today's Will Smith's birthday. He turns 47.
Nice.
Nice.
Wow. 47.
I know, right?
Not a whole lot going on. Black Mirror Season 3. The teasers are coming out for Once Upon a Time. Are you still watching that, Monroe?
No, I lost track, so I think I'm going to start over from the very beginning.
Okay.
When I'm done watching the lead.
Okay. So Raul Castillo, he was a character Richie from On Looking. He got cast as Flamingo in season 2 of Gotham.
Oh, good.
And I saw the teasers for that. It looks pretty good. They're bringing in the Joker now.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch the first episode of Gotham, so I need to
Is
get.
that out yet?
Yeah, it debuted on Monday.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so that's happening, and then so I'm moving over to the movies now. John Goodman joins the cast of Kong Skull Island. Apparently, they're making another King Kong movie. I don't know. Matt Damon passed on the Daredevil role that went to Ben Affleck, apparently. Way back.
Okay.
Sigourney Weaver joins the cast of the Ghostbusters reboot.
Fine.
Let's see. And Quentin Tarantino came out and said he refuses to use Netflix, still records movies onto VHS tapes.
Of course.
Okay.
Garrett Hedlund says that the Axed Tron 3 project isn't completely dead. So I'm going to continue to follow that because I really like the second Tron. You know, and people are going to probably hate me for this, but I hated the first Tron. I did not like it. I tried to sit down and watch it so many times. I just can't. I can't.
Really?
I can't. And
That's
I don't understand. Like, I like to think of myself as a film geek. Like, I'll take myself out of the whole special effects element. I get it. It's dated. It came out in the 80s or whatever. And, for me, it was just like the way the movie moved. It was like it wasn't. The whole movie feels like a standstill for me. Like I just couldn't. I can't.
I never watched it, and I was just not that interested in it. So
it's so cheesy and it's awesome. I love it.
See, I can't get myself into that mindset. And then the second Tron came out, and I saw the trailer for it. I'm like, God, it looked amazing. And when I saw it, it was like, okay, it's not amazing, but it was solid. I thought it was a solid, movie. And so I would definitely see a part 3, but it's in a lot of trouble. So
I thought the way that they tried to make Jeff Bridges look younger, made him look weird. Made him look really weird.
Yeah, that was a little odd. They're still, I think they still need to work on that. But
yeah.
I'm sure they are. It's very difficult to do, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, let's see. That's pretty much what I have for news. There's some celeb stuff. Caitlyn Jenner legally changes her name and her gender.
Yeah.
Legally. Let's see. Let's see.
We'll have better news next week.
Yeah, we'll have better news. We're just kind of
prepare.
If someone gets to it, I won't say that.
It's a collaborative effort.
And purple glasses.
But yeah, we'll get some better news for you. I'm really excited about the Black Mirror for Netflix. I think that's going to turn out to be really good. Did you watch that, Marcus?
Yeah, I did.
You did? Yeah. What'd you think?
It was good. Yeah, and like I said, it reminds me of the Twilight Zone or Outer Limits.
Yeah. So, I'm excited for that. I don't know. You know what I was curious about today was the second season for Sense8. Has that been announced? Is that
I don't think so.
What's going on?
It seemed. When we watched it, I think it was still very, very new. But then a couple months later, I started seeing on Twitter that a lot more people were watching it, and so they were kind of late to the party. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be the second season.
It's renewed.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I hope they'll actually put Daryl Hannah in it, because I don't know what the hell.
Yeah.
Finish it, the series.
Yeah, I want to see some more backstory from that and see, like, what. I mean, again, there's a whole spirituality thing going on there, but I want to see, like, how did this begin? Like, who, where? I want to see some origin stuff.
Hell, it's been so long since we've watched it, I almost forgot what the hell happened. God, it was like 4 months ago we watched that.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good show. It's it's strong. It's from the the creators of The Matrix, and
I need them to bring that back for a second season, and I also need them to go ahead and renew Grace and Frankie for a second season.
Yes.
Grace and Frankie, yeah.
Let's see.
My one thing with Grace and Frankie is that I want to see. I feel like some of the writing, because it's from the same creator of Friends, and I feel like they're kind of relying on some old sitcom tricks, which I want to see them kind of come out of that element a little bit.
Okay.
I still think it's funny because I like those old sitcom tricks, you know. But a lot of people, it didn't sit well with a lot of people. But they
Again,
did renew it for a second season. What's that?
I said again, it's 2015, so.
It's 2015. Dolly Parton is supposed to be in some part of the second season, so they're going to have that whole 9 to 5 reunion.
I
Yes.
So it just jumped up and down.
They're 9 to 5 so much. So excited.
Yeah, so they're going to do that whole reunion thing there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. We'll check it out when it comes back. Definitely do want to talk about. I want to get you guys to at least watch one episode of Penny Dreadful and just see what you think, and The Strain. So, because I definitely want to talk about those next time, and that's it.
Cool. Tell them where they can find us. We're back.
Oh yeah, we're back. If you have been following us, you know where to find us. If you haven't, we're on SoundCloud, and we're pretty much on most podcast apps. The biggest one I'd say is iTunes Podcast. Couch Lords, you can email us at it's couchlords@gmail.com. Tweet us at Couchlords. We're also on Facebook. You'll see our little yellow icon with a couch, a little crown over it, because I designed it and it's
We'll
awesome.
be tweeting and sharing and all of that.
We're back. We're just coming. We're turning from a hiatus, so we're gonna try to keep this regular for you, like a healthy bowel movement. We're gonna be
a healthy bowel movement.
Yeah, I said we're gonna stay regular, like a healthy bowel movement.
Come on, Activia. It's Activia Yoga. Yeah.
Every Fridays, we're gonna get something up for you every Friday afternoon around 3 or 4 o'clock.
For your weekend listening pleasure.
For your weekend listening pleasure. If you got a long commute, just pop us in your iPod or whatever listening device that you use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it for us today, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything else to add?
I have a Twitter.
Oh, yes.
I have a Twitter.
Oh, Alex Monroe finally has a Twitter. Alex, hold on. Alexandra Sarah M. That's ALEX. Hold on. ALEX. He's trying to show it to me.
Yeah, let's go.
ALEXANDRASARAM.
That's too damn much.
It's my name. I can't forget it.
Or you can follow me, Marcus D. Steele, or you can follow Alex Manas at Alex R. Manas on Twitter.
Yeah, all the info's there on the Couch Lords Twitter page, and we'll get that out soon. So yeah, we are the Couch Lords, where we sit. Come on, guys, remember this? Where we sit.
We watch.
We conquer.
I forgot the order. Sorry.
I was waiting on Monroe. Let's give it one more time. Obviously, we're a little rusty. One more.
Okay, ready? All right, we are the Couch Lords, where we sit.
We watch.
We conquer.
Woo! We did it.
Okay.
It's a top for now.